one of the defining factors is exactly what you mentioned, that multiple people in the room can all look at this device. That's very different from an iPhone and an iPad and even a PC, and I think it's going to bring out a lot of new social interactions.
So what have you tried to do with Storehouse? You recently did a change that's actually less social, which runs counter to the trends that we were seeing a year or two ago, where everybody wanted to socially enable everything and make it public. This is more curated, more private. What drove you to make those changes?
Yeah, that's right. So we talked to a lot of our customers, and we even looked at the way we were using Storehouse ourselves, and we noticed that most of the photos and videos that you take from your iPhone on your camera roll, they're not really for public consumption. They're not for everybody. But the Apple TV is a great example. The people that you would have in your living room, the ones that you would bring into your home, those are the types of folks that you would share photos and videos with. And that's why we wanted to focus on much more of the personal nature of sharing photos rather than broadcasting them out to a bunch of followers.
You know, Mark, when we talk about some of the other content that will be hosted on the Apple TV, Hulu, Netflix, Showtime, HBO, it really seems like it's the content supercycle, the desire for the consumer to just watch everything under the sun that made this product possible. But for Storehouse, it seems like it's the iPhone, the fact that we're all taking so many pictures and we have such a high-quality camera in our pockets to do that. I'm wondering what forces you think are going to make the Apple TV a success or perhaps a bust.
Yes, I think the App Store is a really amazing thing from Apple, and what I'm excited for when they say the future of TV is apps is what you can do with interactivity. So what not only can you consume from the Apple TV, but what you can put back into the Apple TV using the iPhone and using the internet. And I think developers are going to come up with lots of creative things that you can do. For us, we're an app about photography and what you're shooting with your iPhone. And so it's going to be great for people to just take the photos and videos that are maybe already on their phone and just shoot them right up to their box and store them onto the Apple TV and store them onto our servers.
Hey, Mark, Eddy Cue's been in New York, obviously trying to drum up the strength regarding media and their partnerships. As you look at the space, is there a combination that would ensure owning this space, whether it's Apple and someone else or Amazon and someone else?
Well, I think it's largely up to the developer ecosystem. I'm very excited, like I said, about what all the different developers might be able to do with different apps. I think it's kind of obvious that a lot of the big networks and broadcasters are going to be putting their services so they can stream some of their television programs and video programs. But I'm very curious to see how creative a lot of the other types of businesses approach the Apple TV. And when you think about the TV, it's important to think of it not just from the network standpoint, but really what it is a big screen that multiple people in the room can look at the same time. And I think we'll all see all kinds of different applications come about from this developer community. And we know that Apple's is one of the strongest ones there is.
I tell you, Mark, two things that jumped out at me playing with the Apple TV a little bit. One, I miss the ability to use my phone as a remote because I like to be able to type on the screen. But the other thing is, boy, it would be great if Apple Pay were built in, because then I'd be able to just use my fingerprint to not only pay for something, but also have my address in there, as Apple Pay will do by default, and payment information and just zip it along. Are there changes like that that you think have the potential to make this TV platform more powerful?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's important that we all remember this is the 1.0 version of tvOS, and I think it's great that as people turn it on and see some of the things that are lacking, that's exactly what's going to inspire a lot of the developers, a lot of different people to come up with these solutions. And, you know, knowing Apple, they're very in tune with what consumers want, but also what developers need to be able to build those solutions. And so I think it's going to be exciting to see how the platform evolves.
Mark Carano of Storehouse, thanks. Maybe this Apple TV thing isn't just for nerds. I don't know, Carl.
I don't know. I don't think that's true at all.